Hello, everyone. It's Toby Morrison here from CFS Health. And I wanted to jump on very spontaneously, which is something that is what I do and like to do. And I just wanted to talk about why we do what we do. For the last hour, I've been going through some of our past clients' testimonials, like actually reading their story. And I've had tears streaming down my face and just, I don't know what to say. Like, it's just incredible. It gives me shivers to read these people's stories of total despair and darkness and lack of hope and just being so lost in this journey of chronic fatigue syndrome and chronic illness in general. And I wanted to just jump on, and it just reminded me so much of why we do what we do. And I don't talk about it enough, but I started this whole fucking thing, almost, 2021, 33, 12 years ago. And it was in the works way before then. I started a website when I was 18, and it was just my story to help inspire other people, to show them that it was possible to recover from chronic fatigue syndrome, because there was no positive light in the world. And, it was just my mission to make sure that no one had to go through what I had to go through, because it was hell on their own. And that, there were things that you could do to help you improve your life and get your health back. And, it's been 12 years since this has started, and I've written them down. These are just some of the things that I'm reading for the last hour, just going through, Amy from Western Australia. Before she started the program, she was utterly exhausted, both physically and mentally, was sleeping 16 hours a day. Her most distressing symptoms were brain fog, relentless clouded mind with cotton wool, making it hard to communicate effectively and locate memories and knowledge. I was so sensitive to light and sound and found I couldn't even enjoy reading, listening to music, writing, watching movies, or even doing anything. I was basically bedridden. To see her story at the end here, she says, "It's been a number of years since I've recovered from CFS Health, from CFS. And most of the time, I forget that it was even part of my life. I now run my own business as a naturopath and makeup artist. I moved to Southwest Australia, a naturally beautiful region. I have a very active and cheeky 3-year-old red healer. The biggest measure of my recovery for me was getting back into playing netball. I run the whole court as a centre and I love it. It's a possibility I could barely imagine at the worst point of my illness. I am back in the gym, and these days I really love running. I'm currently writing a book. I'm living a happy, active life and planning on overseas holidays." This is fucking unbelievable. Excuse my French, but it is valid. If you think about this, this person is now doing what she loves and loving what she does, and she's helping people do that. She's living her dream. And I just wanted to jump on and share this with you, because we don't do this for the accolades. We don't do this, for hype. We don't do this, for any other reason than this pure core reason to help any individual out there, help them get their life back. And, I don't know. I'm so busy every single day helping people that sometimes I forget, of all these incredible stories, and it just makes me teary, and it just makes me just remember why we do this. And not just me, but our entire team. We have phenomenal people who work with us and have the same desire that I started with all those years ago, and that is to make an impact in every single person's life, to give them hope and positivity, but most importantly, to help them realize that recovery is possible for them too. Now, I'm going to read a couple more out because, like I said, I've been going through this for the last 2 hours. We're changing our website, and hey, everyone who's joining as well. Hey, guys, say hello. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you're here. Really appreciate all your support as well. It's so great. This community through all our platforms is just, it's really good. And the amount of messages and emails we get every single day from people saying that our content, even our free stuff, has been so helpful for them. So I really do appreciate that. But, it's just so possible. I want to read you Denise's story. I love Denise. I haven't spoken to Denise in a long time. I'm going to have to reach out to her. But when Denise did a program years ago, she was 53 at the time. And she was not well. We're talking like couldn't leave her house basically. She spent upwards of $30,000 on treatments. And this is a smart lady. This lady was an executive working at the highest level. She was switched on. She was very successful. And she saw the best people. And she wrote here, like I said, I literally had tears. I had tears just like I had to jump on and do it. I wasn't planning to do this today, but I wanted to jump on and I just remembered why we do what we do. And this is the reason why. This is what Denise says, before joining the CFS Health Recovery Program, I had been ill for 10 years. The most recent of 4 years had been mostly in bed. I didn't have the energy to stand or sit up. Most of my time was in the dark and in silence. In addition to the fatigue and cognitive impairment, I had very bad headaches, which were not relieved by painkillers. I got out of bed to bath and eat. I didn't see friends or family. I didn't talk on the phone. I was very isolated. And she said here, most people in her life didn't believe that she was sick. And this is such a problem that we see all the time. It's just such a problem that we see all the time. And it's sad, Hey, guys. Hey, everyone who's watching. And, Denise's reality was one that had very little possibility for the future. Now, I'm going to share with you the good part of her story in a moment, but which is just like fucking incredible. So this is what she said here. In the 10 years that I'd been ill, I had tried everything. Multiple conventional and alternative practitioners, specialists, and many remedies. Put your hand up if you tried that too. I've been there. This is why I started this thing, because I went on the same journey. And it was fucking painful and it was exhausting. And every time I went to see the next specialist and the next person and the next person and the next person to get the answer to fix me, I was left more disappointed and upset. My parents spent so much money and not even just the money, just the actual emotional turmoil that causes you as a family is, you can't put a price on it. Exactly. Kelly says it's awful. And that's what drove me, because no one at the time was giving practical advice. No one was talking about baseline. No one was talking about how to do the appropriate amount. No one was talking about fixing your gut health. No one was talking about having a holistic approach. No one was talking about mindset and their values and their vision and their dreams and living not on point and what's true to you. No one was teaching this stuff. Still barely any teaches this stuff now. This is why our program's in 51 countries, because people haven't actually created a valuable program that actually covers these things, And it wasn't until I had a holistic approach and stopped thinking that someone else had to cure me and that it was up to me to do the work was when I started to make progress. And listen to Denise's story, because it's pretty damn incredible. Because when she joined, she was so skeptical about joining the program. This is when I used to do phone calls. And she jumped on the phone. She goes, I don't know about you. Like, I've heard, some people reckon you're a scam artist. I've read online, like some people said, be careful of that Toby Morrison guy, he's dodgy, which is so fucking funny because if like, it's just ridiculous. Like I could do a million other things in the world than help people get better. You know, I could literally go be a real estate agent or whatever. Okay. I actually did for a little while. And that was the reason why I chose this, because for me, this is just such an important need in the world that needs to be fixed. And this is why we do what we do. But this literally put tears in my eyes this morning. So I'm just going to read it off my iPad. And hey to everyone who's joining. So she says, yeah, seen every specialist under the sun. I had spent over $30,000 on cures. The last treatment that I had tried had made my CFS far worse. So I was extremely hesitant to try anything else. And Denise got on the phone with me and she was like, you know, like, I've tried everything, like, what's the difference? And I said to her, listen, I don't need to convince you. Like, it's totally up to you what you want to do, but like, let's look at the facts. Like, what are you doing for yourself? You know, you're spending all this money on shit outside of you, but ultimately, like, if you actually worked on getting a good baseline, if you worked on improving your gut health, if you worked on getting your mindset right so you weren't so stressed out all the time and you could regulate your nervous system, if you could do all the appropriate things, get your sleep right, get your circadian rhythm right, and start to move forwards, improve your immunity and strengthen your body, do you think that would be helpful? She's like, well, absolutely. And it's like, yeah. And, you know, so Denise, what'd she say here? Yeah, when she received the diagnosis, and this is the thing that pisses me off, and again, why I'm so passionate about this work. Hey guys, who's joining as well? Is, you know, she received the diagnosis. Most people around her didn't understand the physical, mental, emotional impact of this invisible illness. She even said a leading Australian immunologist that specializes in CFS told her to just hang in there. Like, this is why we do what we do, because you don't just fucking hang in there. You've got to do the right things at the right time to help yourself. And I'm not pissed off about specialists. There's some brilliant, there's such great doctors in the world. Like, there's so many brilliant doctors in the world. We work with them. But they don't have the tool. A lot of them don't have the time and the resources and the tools to really help you on a practical day-by-day basis. You know, and this is kind of what I was looking for the whole time, and this is why we created what we created. She goes, there are so many challenges with CFS. Other than the physical symptoms, the impact on my life, the loss of my self-worth and misunderstanding from others was the most difficult for me. She said, when I joined the program, I finally had the hope and belief that I could recover and the knowledge on what to do to recover. I'm not going to talk about the program because that's kind of not that important right now. I just want to share with you. She said, in the past 18 months, my health has gone from strength to strength. I'm enjoying the simple things again, like being able to plan a meal, shop for ingredients, and cook. I can make a date and be confident that I can keep it. I'm going out for meals again, going on holidays, meeting new people, making new friends. I recently went out for New Year's for the first time in 8 years. I also commenced online study and look forward to returning to work. What she say? I enthusiastically recommend this program to everyone that I meet with CFS or fibromyalgia. For a condition where there is so little understanding and so few solutions, CFS Health was a life changer for me. But I just remember, like, this lady was very sick. And Denise, if you're watching this, I don't know, you're probably not. You're probably out doing something. But I remember when she started dating people, like, you know, she's 53, she was single, she started dating people again, and that was exciting for her, and meeting new people. And yeah, I just want you guys to know that, like, you know, you're fully supported. You know, you don't need to keep explaining yourself, and we get you. And I think when you can finally stop that struggle of having to explain yourself all the time is actually when you have the energy to focus on yourself and focus on what you need to do to get better, not to do the opposite, which keeps you stuck. Let me know if this is helpful, guys, wherever you're tuning in from. Just give us a thumbs up, a like, a love, whatever it is. I can see there's a few people on here. Yeah, Denise could barely watch a video in our program. She had to start really slow. And, you know, we just have people who have to start at the bare minimum. I'm going to read you another one. Oh, Bianca, holy shit. This girl was 13 when she came to me. And it just like, like this girl, when she came to me, she seriously thought her life was over, you know? And like, she's living again. She's traveling. She's over in Darwin now. She's like 21. She's got a boyfriend. And her mum, her mum was the one that wanted her to do the program, and she was just so stressed out. And yeah, like her journey, we worked together for probably 12 or 13 months. I can't remember. It was so long ago. But the poor thing, like she said, before she got sick, she was like the fittest person at school, and upon being diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, she was completely shocked and utterly devastated. At this point, it was hard for me not to be sad, depressed, anxious, and frustrated when I was unable to do everything that I used to be able to do, and all my friends were having fun and I was missing out. And we helped refocus her. She started very small, and anyway, she wrote this quite a while ago. She's doing unbelievable things at the moment in her life, and she's, I find that the people that, for some reason, every single person we work with is just a brilliant person, and they just want to, they've got so much to give, basically. She says, right now, I've just finished year 12 and was able to get through it without relapsing, which was a major win physically and mentally for myself. Over the years at high school, I was able to participate in every sport and aspect of college life presented to me without any limitations at all. I went back to, this is such a contrast. I went back to hockey, being able to compete in junior state championships and winning 2 years in a row. And Bianca was like a real sporty type, she just very competitive, and a brilliant girl, and now a woman. She's an adult now. I've now changed and I'm doing CrossFit, which I never thought I'd be able to do, but amazingly I am. Life has never felt so good, and let me see if I can get a photo of these guys. I don't know if I do. I don't know if I can on my iPad anyway. Oh, got emotional. I normally don't get emotional. But, like, this is why we do what we do. And it's really the only reason is a shining light of hope and positivity, and ultimately to help you practically improve your health and quality of life. And it's just so possible. Like, that's the crazy thing. We had a guy from Canada, Miguel. He said, this is what he said here. He said, the program gave me reassurance that I wasn't going crazy. I was in a very dark, terrible place. I went from being the top trainer in my business to literally not having my life and my grandmother having to spoon feed me. He said, now I'm back living my dream. I have a full-time video producer. I am a full-time video producer working with multiple different companies around the community. Now, Miguel, he's on Instagram somewhere, and his work is incredible. Like, I love watching what he does. In fact, I just came back from Hawaii 3 weeks ago, where I hiked 25 kilometers throughout those 8 days, and a lot of it was uphill. Keep in mind that exactly 1 year ago, I was in intensive care, hooked up to multiple IV drips. I was ready to throw in the towel, and I could never have imagined that a year later I'd be hiking up this beautiful mountain in Hawaii watching the sunrise. Oh man, I wasn't going to come on here. I normally present something a little structured, but I just see this all the time. Like, I just see these people come in and are struggling and can't see a future, and then all of a sudden they get the right help, they get the right plan, they do the work slowly but surely, and over time things change, and little by little becomes a lot, and the focus changes, and the focus goes from focusing on what they don't have and what they don't want to what they do want. And I'm gonna read. I've got some more. There's so many. Like I said, I had to share this with you because the last 2 hours I've been reading this on my own with the internet off, just to sit here, and I was just literally had tears in my eyes, and I messaged my assistant Ash, who's the team CFS Health support. You guys, if some of you have emailed, I'm sure you would have spoken to her. She's amazing. I was like, oh my God, I just read the testimonials and I literally have just been here crying. Like, I just can't believe, like, it's like, holy shit, What about this, Jay? This is fucking crazy. And Jay, if you're watching this, big shout out to you. She said, before joining the program, I would sleep all morning, then wake up for lunch, go back to bed at lunch, then sleep till 4:30, eat dinner, and then go back to bed at 7. I was barely seeing daylight. My symptoms were fatigue, sore throat, poor sleep, IBS. I always felt sick. I've experienced several crashes, which resulted in 10 days in bed at a time. I felt like I was missing out on so much. I'd seen all the doctors you can think of, which resulted in not much help. The frustration of not being able to live a normal life was enormous, and doctors misled me for a very long time, in fact, years. And again, this isn't to disown doctors. It's just, like I said, they don't have the time. And this is what I craved back then. I just wanted a plan. I wanted practicality. I wanted someone to talk to every week. Am I on the right track? What should I do? How much do I exercise? Do I even exercise? What do I eat? How do I sleep? All that stuff, how do I improve my mindset? Like, how do I get my gut health right? All of this stuff. She said, when I joined Toby's program in 2018, I wasn't great. I felt so robbed of my life. She said, and this is very interesting. She said, everywhere I turned, I was told recovery was not possible. And anyone who tells you it is only after your money, right? Hands up if you can relate to this. Like, there's so much shit on the internet these days, and this is the problem. Like, we have a whole value system. Literally, I spent half a day yesterday. We have a whole value system just for our team. And the number one thing on our principles is integrity matters. And, it's just so important. Like, it's 2021. And like, this shit shouldn't happen anymore. And she says here, what'd she say? I was told, it's people are only after money. So I waited. So then she said, so I waited a whole year before I joined Toby's program. And in that time, I watched all his videos on YouTube. Then one night I thought, if my kids had CFS, I would absolutely give this program a go. How often as mums do we put ourselves last? She said, I don't do that anymore. And that was her big aha moment for her. She was just like, fuck. Like, if my kid was sick, I'd get her to do this program. It sounds great, but I'm not doing it. I'm not putting myself first. I'm not investing in myself. Fast forward to March and April. This is all her writing. I'm not making it up. I'm posting my hell yeah. So she said, she discovered the program, and once she got inside the Facebook group, people seemed genuinely happy and were posting stories of their hell yeah moments. People were talking about holidays they were taking. People were saying their health was improving. I had never heard such positive stories. That in itself was worth the cost of the program to me. Fast forward to 2019. I'm currently in the middle of a 2.5-month holiday exploring UK. Definitely something last year I could never have imagined. My health has improved out of sight. She loves animals, and so she goes over to different countries, obviously not at the moment, and basically house sits, but for pets. And so she posts photos of her and her dogs and all that kind of stuff. Look, there's so many. I'm not going to read out more, but Jackie, like it's just unbelievable. Like Jackie's one made me cry. She said, "How I don't remember pre-program. I was pretty lost. I didn't even know how bad I was." She said, "I've gone from barely being able to do sit to stands, as in sit up and stand up, to lifting over my body weight at the gym. People genuinely being shocked when they find out my health history." Big shout out to Jackie if you're watching this. Hey guys, hey everyone who's joining. And I'm going to finish this off in a second. I'm going to share with you one other thing, but Jody, mum of 2, she was at her lowest. Excruciating fatigue and widespread body pain were the worst symptoms I had. I felt like I had tried everything, as I was suffering from both chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, and I was taking a lot of medication. This lady was taking 50 pills a day. 50 pills a day. I could only make it to the toilet, and thought of having a shower was a nightmare. It was many ups and downs for those first 5 years. The hardest part was the loss of independence, the loss of my life as I knew it, and the guilt. Every doctor I saw told me I was fine and there was nothing wrong with me. I was pretty much ready to give up. This is exactly, it's the same thing. Then I found the CFS Health Recovery Program, and when I joined, I was excited, but I was very skeptical. She said, "I thought it might be another one to tick off that doesn't work. I hope only because Toby understood what I was going through and he knew what I was saying and how I was feeling. It made a huge difference, and I started making small progress as I implemented my baseline into my life." This lady, when she started, was like doing the bare minimum. I think she could only watch 5 minutes of a video at a time. And she had to build up slowly but surely, but she did. Now, this same lady halved her medication within a few months. I think she got down to like 2 or 3 out of 50 different pills that she was taking in the end. She said, I cry now because I'm so happy. I've loved getting back into working full-time, drag racing. This is Jody. She loves car racing, parties, events, sewing, gardening, doing the simple things, and most importantly, spending time with my family. I have a grandson now, and I need all the energy I can get. If you're struggling with chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia, don't give up. There is hope. Like I just want you to see how possible this is, and how much pain and suffering that they went through too, because it is so common. And you have to really make a decision and choose where to focus your attention to have change. And these people are walking proof and examples of that. And this is why we do what we do. And this is why we do these videos, because we know that they're helpful, and we know ultimately at the end of the day, this is what it's about. It's about knowing that it's possible for you, that there's hope, and also having the practical help. That is the key. And that's it. they're two very, very important things. And if you can continue to apply them, you will get brilliant, results back. And if you're not, then that's when you need to reassess and refine and ask for help and go, what am I doing wrong? Maybe I'm not doing it the way that's appropriate for me. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Wasn't expecting to get emotional on a live, but I hope this helps. And, exactly, Ross just says here, the worst has been the alienation of friends and family. And so, inside our program, Ross, we teach you how to deal with that and get over that and focus on yourself and have better boundaries and explain things better so that you can actually kind of get them to stop doing that and you can focus on you moving forwards. And it works. We see it every day. So I just want to give a big shout out to all of you guys who, are watching this, and hang in there. If you're doing this on your own, I know it's not easy. And focus on things that could make it easier and more simple, and that will help you a hell of a lot. I'm going to leave some free content here for you guys. So if you go to YouTube, you'll see in the description some really free helpful trainings, some really helpful free trainings on baseline, how to create that. And if you're on Instagram or Facebook, just head over to our website and you'll be able to see the free training on baseline there. And just know it's possible. Keep finding hope and find things that uplift you and move you forwards. And there is just so much great information out there. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to all our past members and present members who are showing up and doing the work and contributing greatly to our community. Appreciate everyone who has, shared their story. But most importantly, just the love that you guys are spreading with each other. What we have inside our community is very special and incredible, very uplifting, very supporting. And, it's something that you kind of, can't really put a value on. And so I just wanted to thank you guys for that as well. And yeah, I hope this video helps in some way, inspires you, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.